About to go down. The fan is on. I'm gonna turn it off only because I'm got the smoke. I'm gonna take a little shot of this. Cheers. Why I hate Sagittarius. Now let me get the focus straight. A lot of people have been waiting for this video, and I just want to say a couple things up front before I begin. The focus off. There we go. I think that's it. All right. I want to say that it took, of all the videos I've done on my page, first of all, subscribe to my channel if you've never subscribed to my channel. And of all of the videos I've done, this was the most difficult video for me to do. And I'm going to explain why. I don't really have too many bad experiences with Sagittarius. I never really did. It's only, I do have a few, but I don't really have, not like, you know, like the things I go through with Pisces or Virgo, Cancer, Gemini. The other videos, my Gemini too, like I didn't really have a lot of problem with Geminis. I did that by request. Just like this video, I'm doing by request. So if you're a Sagittarius, please understand up front, I do not have a problem with Sagittarius. Like, there's a very few amount of Sagittarius people in my life to begin with. So, and I am going to refer to some of the things that they did to piss me off in this video, but for the most part, I am very cool with Sagittarius. And making this video, and the amount of research I did, cheers, the amount of research I did, a lot of people know who follow my channel, they've been waiting on this video for a very long time because they know that it's been a while. So, I learned a lot doing this research, and I'm very excited to put this information out there. And I just want to say that this experience changed my life, researching Sagittarius, because they are some of the most dynamic, mythological people on the planet, and their story is the stuff that life is made of, and it takes a certain person to understand that. It really, really, really takes a certain person to understand it. And I want to say up front that this experience, I am a true empath, and I'm not going to get too deep into this because I just want to say up front, a lot of people say water signs are empaths. Me being an air sign, especially an Aquarius, I can totally see how that's bullshit. And I've had another Aquarius guy confirm this to me in another video I was watching. He said the same shit. And that, like, and no disrespect to water signs at all. Like, for real, no disrespect. But I truly became a Sagittarius when I started researching this, and I already picked. If you follow my channel, you pretty much know that I am an empath. And that, like, when I hear certain things, I hear certain stories, I know how to absorb it deep into my subconscious. And when I studied these stories, these were some of the greatest stories I ever read. And I just want every Sagittarius to know that you have the potential to you already know this, you see what I'm saying, but you have the potential to leave behind a story that is bigger than life. Of all of the people in the zodiac, I would say that you guys truly have that opportunity. It's just that you really need to know what it means to be a Sagittarius. This is so key. There's a difference between a higher Sagittarius and a lower Sagittarius. You got the man, you got the beast. You know what I'm saying? It is very important that you know what this means. All right. I'm gonna start off by saying, cheers again. You know what I'm saying? Cheers. Zachary Taylor. We start with him. He's the president. He had the shortest term in. Oh, by the way, subscribe to my channel again if you haven't. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna start with this Zachary Taylor only because his symbol. If you go look up the symbol of Zachary Taylor, he had like a logo for his name and his family. And I highly suggest that you go look it up and know what that symbol looks like, because he was a president. He was also the shortest president because he died while he was in office. And he had a symbol that I think if you go look at it, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I just hope you go find it and maybe to give some meaning to you. Alright, so why I hate Sagittarius. Sagittarius is confident, but they don't seek attention, which is like a trick. Some shit is fucking with your head. Like, on one half you like, well, this is somebody who, you know what I'm saying, it's cool as hell, but they're not necessarily like stalking me. You see what I'm saying? For my individual attention. Now they do love attention. You know what I'm saying? But they don't necessarily seek it. But they do love it. But they're not gonna go out of their way to like, you know what I'm saying, fuck with you. Even if it's a girl or a guy, like, you know what I'm saying, like, they are quick to do their own thing. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, when they fuck with you, they fuck with you, but at the same time, like, they not gonna be like stalking you and shit. I want to start off by saying too, December 18th. If you're born on December 18th, I can't even. Some of the most important people and some of the most mythological people I've ever seen was born on December 18th. But they all got shit. I'm not gonna say all of them, but they. I'm just gonna say some of the names. Like, you know what I'm saying, go research some of the people that's born on December 18th. But like, you got Steven Spielberg, Stalin, Christina Aguilera, Katie Holmes, Ray Liotta, Ty Cobb, Archduke Franz Ferdinand. That's the guy who got killed. You know what I'm saying? That's how World War I got started, when he got killed. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Rob Van Dam, DMX, Charles Oakley, Angie. Is Angie Stone? Yeah, I guess Angie Stone. All these people were born on December 18th. Some other people I didn't name. So I'm saying, but when I look at all these names, you know what I'm saying, I picture just them in front of crowds, and like large amounts of crowds, and them being able to control a crowd. You see what I'm saying, through the unseen, through you know what I'm saying, or through their magic or whatever it is, as they're actor or a singer or entertainer, but somehow they're able to captivate large amounts of people very well. You see what I'm saying? But then, you know what I'm saying, like, you notice how each one of them has some type of, you know, fucked up shit attached to them. Like, you see what I'm saying? That, like, this is what happens with a lot of Sagittarius too, is that, like, there's just a side of recklessness that's in them that, like, you can't really tell them shit, and they just look like reckless as hell, but it's what makes the story. You know what I'm saying? This is what they kind of, I think they understand that, but then at the same time they don't, and that they're still mutable. So they don't know how to really like control that shit. That's why they need a video like this, or somebody who can like really ground them. A lot of times you might see them with a Virgo or like another Earth sign, or you might see them with Aquarius. You see what I'm saying? But for the most part, you know, Aquarius is fixed. You know what I'm saying? So like they need somebody who's kind of stubborn in their ways, but at the same time it drives them crazy. You see what I'm saying? Because they want to be free and be able to move around. You see what I'm saying? But they don't. It's a man and a beast. You see what I'm saying? It's a contradiction. And it's like they want something, and as soon as they get it, they let it go. But I'm gonna get this all that shit later on. Manny Pacquiao. You see what I'm saying? He was a motherfucking. If you look at Manny Pacquiao, you go through his Wikipedia page, you see the amount of shit that he did. So I'm saying, this is how subconsciously Sagittarius motherfuckers be thinking. They're like they some type of superstar, global philanthropist slash doctor slash senator slash sports athlete slash actor slash singer slash, you know what I'm saying, like they are good communicators of the soul. You know what I'm saying? They trying to find that's where they get lost at a lot of times. They like, if they don't find a specific lane and just stick in that lane, then they be like scattered as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Even when they do get their lane, they still be scattered as fucking random. They show up late. They fucking like do what the fuck they want to do. They too mythological in their head. It's too much fucking like imagination going and not paying attention to reality. It's kind of like a Pisces, but it's the fire, and it's mutable. It's like, man, you live in real life. Stop. You see what I'm saying? Like, man, see, like, part of me want to say to change, but then I understand why y'all do this stupid shit, because it's like, I'm gonna tell her, it's like telling a wild ass story. You see what I'm saying? It's like being drunk as hell, like hanging out with motherfuckers drunk all night, and if you just kind of chilling, motherfuckers look at you like a lame. Like, okay, well, you ain't no shit. Like, you see what I'm saying? Not knowing that, like, this motherfucker might be calculated as hell. You see what I'm saying? That, like, the same shit, like reporters, a lot of times you get a lot of reporters, they be quiet as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But then all of a sudden you turn the TV one day, and then they got a whole report on your ass like this, and it fuck your whole motherfucking head up. But this the motherfucker who the whole time be sitting there, who really get the bigger picture. You see what I'm saying? But Sagittarius might look at them like they kind of lame or inverted or like kind of fucked up. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like something's wrong with their life, or like they not sitting there talking shit, or they not, like, you see what I'm saying? They letting them dominate the whole situation. They don't understand, like, the essence of being calculative in your approach or your dynamic or whatever it is you're doing. Like, so it's like playing baseball. Like I said, the hardest shit to do is hit a motherfucking baseball. That Joe DiMaggio was a motherfucking Sagittarius. You know what I'm saying? And he was cold as hell. You know what I'm saying? But the hardest thing they do is say hit a round ball with a round bat, and it takes a lot of calculation to do that. Just like Calculus, who was Isaac Newton, who was also a motherfucking, no, he was a Capricorn. You know what I'm saying? I think he was a Capricorn, or he might have been Sagittarius. He was right in there somewhere, but you know what I'm saying? the calculation is what is missing from a lot of Sagittarius, and that they don't know how to fucking pay attention to detail. This is why they fuck with a lot of Virgos a lot of times who overanalyze shit, and then which is really what they need, which is why they really, you know what I'm saying, like them at first, but then all of a sudden they be looking at them like, oh, they don't give what I give. It's like, well, shit, you wanted this motherfucker, you wanted a Virgo, you wanted somebody to pay attention to detail up front, but then you get with them, and then you know what I'm saying, you do the Sagittarius shit, you be on the fucking, well, we get to all that, you know what I'm saying. They good at real, like, acting stupid, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you ever see Eugene Levy? That's the father from American Pie. You know what I'm saying? The way he act with his son, you know what I'm saying? And like he's just kind of stupid and clumsy and like kind of disillusioned. Well, he was a real Sagittarius in real life. You know what I'm saying? The dad from American Pie. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Like the way he act, like you know what I'm saying? Like that's real shit. They casted him and his energy for a certain reason. I met a lot of Sagittarius who act just like that dude from American. And a lot of times I use him as a reference point dealing with Sagittarius. Alyssa Milano. She's just, the motherfucking 1800 kicking in, bitch. Yes, nigga. Hold on. We're going to take a break. Shout out to 1800. They sponsored this video. Coconut. Alright, so Alyssa Milano. You see what I'm saying? That's the chick from Who's the Boss? Back in there with Tony Danza. You see what I'm saying? This chick, you see what I'm saying? She's like, she never really got a big shot like in a movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's always kind of seen her on TV. And then, like, she never really broke all the way through with a movie. She ended up doing commercials, I think, with MCI. They was calling her Eva Save a Lot at one point. Like, if you're in Hollywood and you end up doing commercials, you know what I'm saying, in your career, that is definitely not good. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a couple other actors who end up doing commercials. Like, you start doing TV, you're supposed to go up in the film. If you end up going down to, like, fucking commercials or reality shows and shit like that, that's just, like, detrimental to your fucking career. Now, it's other actors who bounce back from doing that, like Marlon Wayans, motherfucking Ashton Kutcher, and like even still, they still don't get considered for like A-list motherfucking roles. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, they still fucking go for some of them, but a lot of times they don't get them. But like, you know what I'm saying, Alyssa Milano was a beautiful woman who really should have, you know what I'm saying, grown in epic proportions, but like same shit on the Sagittarius act, she was kind of reckless in her career, her behavior, you know what I'm saying, the way she act. You go look it up, you see what I'm saying. Who the fuck is this? Oh yeah, I can't even say this name. It was Leonid Brezhnev. You see what I'm saying? He was either a Russian politician. You see what I'm saying? You can look his name up. You see what I'm saying? It's spelled Leonidbrez, and it should come up on Google. You know what I'm saying? He was he had these big ass eyebrows. You see what I'm saying? The only reason I brought him up is because he died of very sick because he drank a lot of liquor and cigarettes, and you know, and this happens to a lot of the. You can go back and look up a lot of names I'm naming here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Sagittarius, they end up dying because of cirrhosis of the liver, because they smoke too much and they drink too much and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? And like, mind you, like reading this shit made me really look at the shit I do, and then like I kind of drink. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't had a drink in a while. You know what I'm saying? But I sat down today and had a drink because I'm doing this like the first time I had a drink in a very long time, and a smoke. Only because when I was reading this information, I was seeing just the pattern of what the fuck was going on with so many Sagittarius, and that like the liquor and the cigarettes was getting their ass over and over and over and over, and a lot of these people, you see what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, Brad Pitt just came out and said just recently that he had stopped smoking and drinking because he had spent his whole life having something. He was like, man, I'm always either smoking or drinking something, and a lot of Sagittarius had it, and that's why I brought up Leonid, was because he was great, but he died because of liquor and cigarettes. Most Sagittarius, I've noticed that they kind of like to work with their spouse, and they're like they like to control their goals and share their spouse, and they're like from their job, their career, what they wear, what they dress, how they think. You know what I'm saying? They like to control it. Like they like a manager almost, and that like they not just your lover, they gonna be your manager. Like a lot of times they meet on the job or meet a motherfucker who is at work, or like they be on the set with like if they're an actor or singer or somebody like that, like, and they actually collabing on some shit. A lot of times that's when they fucking pair off with somebody else. Julianne Moore from Boogie Nights. There's a scene, you know, Julianne Moore is a redhead chick. She's 50. It's a lot of times people are amazed that somebody her age actually still gets a lot of roles. You know what I'm saying? And because most Hollywood actresses, you know what I'm saying, once they get up in that age, it's hard to cast them into like really serious A-list movie roles, you know what I'm saying, the type of movies that she do. So she's a Sagittarius who still do that. But if you look at the scene in Boogie Nights, the scene where she's getting fucked on the desk, you see what I'm saying, and she's saying, oh, you're such a good actor, you're such a good actor, to the guy that's fucking her. And mind you, Boogie Nights, if you ain't never seen it, was about porn. They was trying to there was a movie about making porn, you see what I'm saying, and they was filming a scene of her doing a porn on the desk getting fucked, and she was telling the dude, man, you're a good actor, you're a good actor. You can look it up online, and you'll see kind of like this is how Sagittarius really are, like, you know what I'm saying, in that they want to tell you you're a good. It's not an actor though. It's like an actor of life. She was saying you're a good actor, and she was getting fucked, and like a lot of Sagittarius in their mind, like this is their fantasy, like come on, making porn, having sex with beautiful women, or some shit like that, having it get filmed. You know what I'm saying? Real passionate sex, getting like, you know what I'm saying, and like not necessarily role play, but they is in the role play, but not necessarily role play, but like, you know, character that's like you know, when you watch like you ever seen an X-rated film, they like a cop and or like a pizza dude come in or some shit like that, and like not necessarily that part of it, but the character of it itself, not the it takes a certain person to understand what I'm saying, but it's like a lust for life and the way that the sex play out and being able to capture that. You see what I'm saying? Like Woody Allen was notorious for this shit. Like he was fucking a lot of his co-stars and actresses and like what's the word? Muse. Like you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of Sagittarius have muse. It's a you look at the word muse. It's like somebody you can control. Like you know what I'm saying? Like an actress or like if you got a model, somebody you taking pictures of. You see what I'm saying? They like to do that shit. They are great actors. Anna Nicole Smith, which I could spend here for a whole half an hour just breaking her down. She was Sagittarius. Ted Bundy was a Sagittarius. Same shit. You can look him up. Chris Angel, who just recently had an accident. You see what I'm saying? That's the magician dude. You see what I'm saying? He just recently had an accident, but he had to be rushed to the hospital because he was doing a trick with the fucking straitjacket hung upside down. He ended up passing out, and they had to give everybody their money back. You know what I'm saying? Because he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Taking risks. Same shit. Goofy ass. You know what I'm saying? Learn. Easy going. Pretty much for the most part, they over optimistic. You know what I'm saying? They so easygoing that they don't. You know what I'm saying? When you actually, you know what I'm saying, bring up the risk and the shit like that involved, they don't really dwell on that shit. Like you know what I'm saying? It's just enthusiasm, and they kind of like they all mutable signs are kind of guilty of this. And that like Pisces, Virgos, and Libras. What is Libra? No, I mean Gemini. Especially Gemini, you know what I'm saying? It was totally opposite of Sagittarius, that they are just like want somebody to listen to them and don't say shit. You know what I'm saying? This is what we call talking to the fish in Hodex. You know what I'm saying? I think I said this in another video. It's like, you know what I'm saying? This comes from the concept where you can look up the Page of Cups reverse. You know what I'm saying? That card is, did I say it right? Page of Cups reverse, right? That's really for water signs, but that apply to really all mutable signs, and they're like they just kind of like fantasize and want somebody that's sitting there talking to that just can't like talking to a dog. Like when you talking to your dog don't know what the fuck you saying. You know what I'm saying? You really talking to yourself. You know what I'm saying? But we call it talk to the fish. It's like you talking to your own subconscious. You know what I'm saying? But you throwing it on somebody else. So like a lot of times when Sagittarius is talking to you, a lot of times that's exactly how they talk to you, almost like a dog, and then like. Or an animal or like a baby. Like when you talk to a baby, the baby don't understand what the fuck you saying. Like it kind of do, but it really don't. Like for the most part, it really don't. You see what I'm saying? This is how they talking to people. You see what I'm saying? This is especially when they laying out a plan or some shit like that, and they listening to you trying to bring in the factors that shit's gonna be going up. Like they get irritated at you for showing the facts type shit. Like especially this is why a lot of times they fucking. I know Virgo, if you're a Virgo listening to this shit right now, you especially like me saying this right now, you probably tweaking like a motherfucker because like you know exactly what I'm saying. They're like the Virgo gonna show you like, okay, look, you gotta look at this. Like they gonna put it in a way that's like real. You know what I'm saying? But like the Sagittarius motherfucker gonna be like, man, fuck all that shit, man. Like just be cool. Everything gonna be like, no, and like they'll end up start argument right there. Like it's probably a Virgo who probably went and grabbed a Sagittarius man or woman or whatever, set their ass down in front of this video right now, and they fucking cringing. Like I already know. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, Joe, don't get with a woman like this. You see what I'm saying? If that was you liked at first, you see what I'm saying? But then now you see what I'm saying? It's like, man, why would you get with somebody like? Don't get with a woman that's, you see what I'm saying, specific in detail. If you want to be loose and run around and have your soul leaking all over the place, like, you see what I'm saying, you gotta control. You need something that's gonna ground you. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference between like just being slick talking and spitting game. You see what I'm saying? Versus having real. You see what I'm saying? It's like Carnegie. Carnegie was a fucking Sagittarius, and he fucking was a genius. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got certain Sagittarius like they who pay attention to detail of what they do, and they're fucking great. You know what I'm saying? So, they man whores. Women are their weakness. This is known. Very impatient. A lot of times I associate the Sphinx with Sagittarius, even though a lot of times people think of the Centurion thing. You know what I'm saying? I looked at the Sphinx. A lot of times, if you understand the concept of the Sphinx is it's a mystery. You see what I'm saying? But those who with wisdom will be able to figure it out. You see what I'm saying? Very smooth. You see what I'm saying? They don't like to ruffle nobody's tail feather. They like to, you know what I'm saying, keep the game going. You see what I'm saying? They don't finish a lot of projects before they go to the next one. They are very mutable. Show up late. A lot of times they do feel like that, you know what I'm saying, they will base the relationship based on the type of sex. You know what I'm saying? So they have like this type of freak, this type of freak, this type of freak. Like one freak that just suck them off, one freak. You got a white chick, the black chick, like the Asian chick. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just based on the different type of sex. Not necessarily, he might not even like the girl, but he'll be telling himself in his mind he like the girl. He just be putting up in the shit, but it's really just so he can get some ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. It's like, don't like in Ghostbusters they had a thing they say don't cross the streams. You see what I'm saying? And I use this shit a lot when dealing with Sagittarius because I gotta tell them like, look man, if you just trying to fuck a chick, just fuck her. If you trying to like kick it with a chick, then just kick it with her. If you trying to like, you see what I'm saying, do business with a woman, do business with her. If you are trying to do music with a chick, do music with her. But do not cross the streams on no circumstance. This is where y'all fuck up at a lot of times. And then you start telling yourself you like the chick. You really don't like this shit. You just going through a chapter in your motherfucking life. And it's like, man, just be real. Like, you are a very smooth talking motherfucker. So just, you see what I'm saying? And this is what you think. You like, man, I was going to chase a motherfucker off. Man, it's like, well, the motherfuckers that do stick around, you see what I'm saying? They gon' get it. Like, you see what I'm saying? This is where a lot of Sagittarius fuck up so many times. It's like, man, you don't even like this shit. You just trying to fuck her. But somewhere you done tricked yourself into thinking that, man, I really like this girl. And like, just be real. Like, you see what I'm saying? Let them know that, look, I'm a star. I don't know where the fuck I'm at in life right now, but like, I know I'm gonna be a star. I know I'm gonna be big. This is just a moment in life I'm going through. I need you to understand that I'm writing my own movie in my motherfucking head, and you are a part of this movie right now. And this is what the fuck I need you to do in order to get my fire going. Like, learn to say shit. Like, learn how to take that shit and say that shit in like 20, 30 different ways. Some shit like that. Like, you see what I'm saying? But, you know, say it smooth. Like, how that shit, I'm impressed. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to come out a little rig. But you hearing what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, translate it, and it's going to make, you know what I'm saying, it's going to save you a lot of frustration. Because y'all be on straight bullshit with the game that y'all be trying to run and getting lost in y'all own bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's confusing, especially to a motherfucker like a Virgo, or a motherfucking Capricorn, or a motherfucking Taurus. They going to be like, Joe, no, hold on, hell no. Like, you gotta learn to, like, don't stop, you know, what they say, don't get high on your own supply. Like Biggie say, stop getting high on your own supply. Very porn watching motherfuckers. They got different fetishes. You go through their history. They got a whole fucking right. And some of the Sagittarius right now going clear out their fucking porn history right now because there's just as much spiritual shit in there. They got just as much porn. I promise you. It's because the spirituality is tied in like certain sacred spirituality. You see what I'm saying about sexuality that touches into the soul. That they be looking for like the deep sex, almost sexual trance. You see what I'm saying? That's real energy filled. Where you go into a trance. You see what I'm saying? They looking for shit like that, or like you're saying like what they really should watch is like belly dances because like that's some shit that actually is good to keep your fucking kundalini straight. Where you ain't fucking you ain't got a wild cobra in your house. Like a lot of times, those Sagittarius, their sexual energy, the way that shit hit their spinal cord, it's like having a loose cobra in the motherfucking house, and that like you don't never know when that motherfucker gonna get up and just bite. Matter of fact, it's like having 3 loose cobras in the house, and like you don't know where they at in the house At any given moment, this motherfucker come out, bite the shit out of your motherfucking ass. You be like, damn. Well, this is what it's like dealing with the sexual energy of a Sagittarius. You know what I'm saying? That, like, this shit ain't grounded. What they need to do is, like, you know what I'm saying, learn how to ground that shit. A good way to start doing that, instead of watching porn, watch belly dancing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna have your it's gonna ground your energy a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Try to stop watching porn and try to stop beating your dick or playing with yourself, you know what I'm saying, for a little while, and watch like some belly dancing, or watch you know what I'm saying, if you're a female, well, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of females know how to balance that energy more so than men. That's why I'm typically saying this shit to men. But if you're a woman, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times women who had a real sexual, they already know this, and that, like, you know what I'm saying, when they tone their sexual energy, you know what I'm saying, certain Sagittarius women, they become real, like, goddesses. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they be scared of that shit, and that they don't know how to properly use it. You know what I'm saying? But they really do have the potential to be God. But saying shit, they act stupid. Like Jessica Simpson, she not a Sagittarius, but she still acts stupid in a way. Like, it's a certain character. She not that stupid. You know what I'm saying? But it's like a character like Lucy. Like, I love Lucy. Like, she not that stupid. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a character. But like, Sagittarius, a lot of times they had that goofy character, like it's like the same shit Aquarius naturally is. Like, you look at the Aquarius is naturally like that, but a lot of times Sagittarius is not like that at all. But they play that Aquarius role, and that, like, that's why a lot of times Aquarius and Sagittarius initially will click kind of locked, sitting there aloofness shit. But you know what I'm saying. But the Sagittarius kind of see it as it is. Like, okay, this motherfucker's kind of goofy, but you know what I'm saying. But Aquarius motherfucker be looking at them like, damn, they beautiful or they handsome or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying. But the way that it strikes at first is always like kind of awkward. Like when you first meet somebody, within the first 5, 10, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, it's awkward. It's just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? And Aquarius and Sagittarius is real good in that moment right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of times there's no driver. Like this, y'all got a cold ass car, but ain't anyone y'all got a license, ain't nobody driving a car. You just got that energy sitting there looking at a raw ass car, and y'all ain't going nowhere. You see what I'm saying? And the relationship don't really flow the way it flow because you got that shit going, and ain't nobody really driving the car right, because it's actually you leave either one of them to lead the other. It's just a bad fuck. They need to learn how to work that shit together. The way they do that is through fucking media. But extreme, they are liquor, man. It's like, you see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm gonna have a drink on this one. Cause I was thinking about this. Like, okay, I got some time. The scene in Avengers. If you've never seen the Avengers, there's a scene in there, I think you might be able to find it on YouTube, where Loki is talking to Tony Stark. I don't even remember how they end up in that office. I think Loki just landed like on the deck, and Tony Stark was in there, and Tony was looking at Loki, and Loki was walking up on him, and he said, he was just basically saying, you know, he was about to take over everything, and Tony Stark said something. He was like, man, we have a Hulk. He was like, it was, I don't know if you know the scene I'm talking about, but it was a scene where Tony Stark had walked over to his bar. He picked up a drink, and he was pouring himself a drink, and he offered Loki a drink. And Loki was like, no, I'm cool. And he was like, and they were just basically laying out each other's strategies, and they was like basically comparing each other's balls right there in front of each other, and Tony Stark was having a drink. And like, that scene is really Sagittarius. It's like, that's the Sagittarius right there. It's like, these two motherfuckers about to go to war with each other, and they just sitting there having a drink, and they like just this character. It's like, there's no words for me that I can just to apply when I use. That's why I use that scene. And that, like, when I watch that scene, it's just like, you know, the liquor itself is the Sagittarius. It's like, y'all are the liquor. It's like, but it's in human form type shit. You know what I'm saying? It takes a certain person to really understand that though. Like Miss Pamela XOXO, she's another astrologer. I watched some of her videos. She's a Sagittarius. You know what I'm saying? And she's great at what she do. She gives a lot of interpretation. But a lot of times, even like her personality, like her character, I don't really believe she's like that. Like a lot of times, like when I watch her video, like me talking to you, like I'm sitting there drinking, smoking, talking to you on camera, like this is me, and then like you getting raw subconsciousness. I think with her, it's more like it's just packaged in a way that I don't really like that. And like it's another astrologer named Rabina Rastaman. You know, I love her channel too. She's great. She's Sagittarius. You know what I'm saying? I suggest y'all, if you follow these type of videos, you subscribe really to both of their channels. Miss Pamela XOXO and Rabina Rastaman. You know what I'm saying? I'm subscribed to both of their channels, and like, she called herself the realest astrologer. You know what I'm saying? And she's a Sagittarius. You know what I'm saying? And I watched her video too on negative traits of I think she called it the dark Sagittarius, or she called it, you're right, dark-sided Sagittarius woman or dark-sided Sagittarius man. She had 2 different videos. You know what I'm saying? On, if you know what I'm saying, on this same topic. You know what I'm saying? She split it into 2 different videos. I do all my shit in one. You know what I'm saying? But like, she had said on her page, she said the same shit. Like, they just kind of take ideas. You know what I'm saying? And like, they known this, like, Sagittarius is known to steal ideas and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then like, me even doing this video is like, I like, there's another woman, Alyssa Sharp. She was really the first person who was really putting out like video series of like why I hate this and why, you know what I'm saying, why I hate the sign and shit like that. Like, she was really the first person that made this concept kind of like go viral. There's another woman too. She's a Cancer. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. That is terrible. I cannot think of her name right now because I love her channel. Kiara's Love Techniques, I think it's called. You know what I'm saying? She has a video series too. She calls it the, you know what I'm saying? She has the same type of format. You know what I'm saying? She was one of the first people I followed besides Alyssa Sharp. She has a ton of videos. You know what I'm saying? I really respect her. I believe she's a water sign. I'm not sure, but I think she's a Cancer. You know what I'm saying? But same shit. Like, these videos just started to get popular on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But from what I saw, Alyssa Sharp was really the first person that was really doing this shit. You see what I'm saying? But when her channel, like, her channel's been out for like over, like, I'm talking about Rabina Ross, but her channel's been out for like 7 some odd years. You see what I'm saying? But like, she just, you know what I'm saying, started putting out, just like me, like I did, the first one I did was Pisces videos. You know what I'm saying? She just started putting out these negative trait videos, and that's what got her page popping. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go back and look at all her videos, like, her page had been sitting there for a while. You know what I'm saying? And then she had tried a couple different things, and like none of it was working. But like, when she started putting out the negative trait videos, that's when it popped, and you could kind of tell that like she was studying, she was doing her homework to try to see like, okay, how do this work, and like what type of shit, and how do I word it? The same shit. I'm guilty. I did the same shit, and then like, everybody do this shit, you know what I'm saying? But like, in the topic of astrology and just like these negative video series that you know what I'm saying, that you come across on YouTube, her channel, you could kind of tell that like she did exactly what it was. That it was like, they kind of take routines and they borrow from other people's styles. I'm gonna get into that a little bit more. You see what I'm saying? Very intense, very intense. Love the horseplay. Pedophiles. I'm gonna get to that later. You see what I'm saying? They have a very naughty smile. Like, a lot of times they don't look at you with a lustful smile. Arrogant, self-serving. A lot of them have a tele-evangelist feel about them, like the way they talk to you sometimes. Like Ted Cruz, like you look at Ted Cruz, Sagittarius, you know what I'm saying? He has like that, yes, and I'm gonna bless Jesus, Lord. He's gonna save you. All you gotta do is send me $24.99 right to the number at the bottom of the screen, and Jesus is going to come and bless you with all his Lord. Like that type of energy, you see what I'm saying? A lot of times they sell, like, it's always like they trying to sell you something, but like, something that's gonna hit your soul a certain way. Like, you see what I'm saying? Love the horseplay. I think I said that. Fucking, they come off creep sometimes. Like, sometimes they can be creepy in the way that they, hey, what's up, girl? Hey, how you doing? And like, they just like creepy sometimes. I felt creepy just doing that. Kim McGuire, who played Hatchet Face in Crybaby, she was a Sagittarius. She was not as ugly as they made her. She died not too long ago, you see what I'm saying? But she was not as ugly as she was on screen, which really showed me that she was confident to play a role like that. Like, you see what I'm saying? She was really confident. You see what I'm saying? It was a scene that they was like, what's wrong with your face? And she said, nothing's wrong with my face. I got character. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was a real Sagittarius. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's some shit a Sagittarius to say. You know what I'm saying? Who's this? Amy Locane, right? Amy Locane, right? This is fucked up. The girl who played Sandy in the movie Crybaby. So I think she also played on Meryl's Place. She called it DUI. and murdered somebody's wife. Wait, no. Wait, is this late? I think this Amy Locane. I don't know. I can't read my own handwriting. Shit, but fuck it. You can look at yourself, Amy Locane. Um, yeah, right. Yeah, this is her. Right, Amy Locane. She did 3 years. She she's doing 53 and a 35, and yeah, her husband left her in jail. You see what I'm saying? She was doing a DUI and killed somebody's wife, crashed into a car with her husband. It's terrible. You see what I'm saying? But she was a movie star. She was a Sandy and Crybaby. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? A lot of the Sagittarius will get drunk and drive. They will get fucking DUIs. They'll have all this type of shit, and they will think won't happen to them. Well, Amy Locane, it happened. It's so fucked up. So you can go look up her sentencing on fucking YouTube. Look up the Amy Locane sentencing and watch the reaction to the family had. You see what I'm saying? When the judge gave that sentence, it was a black family. They would have shot them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But go look up that Amy Locane sentencing video. So you can tweet the fuck out. So you can pause this video, go check it out, and come back. I'll still be here. If you think about the character Borache from, I don't know if you follow Mortal Kombat, this is the old dude, drunken style monk motherfucker from Mortal Kombat. You see what I'm saying? He be drinking while you be fighting and shit like that. Like, that's really kind of a Sagittarius. I associate, even though William Shatner is a fucking Aries, I believe. He might be a Pisces, but I believe that the character Captain Kirk is really like a Sagittarius, and like he moves planet to planet, having sex with all these different aliens, this different type of women. You know what I'm saying? All over the globe, try any type of chick. Like, you see what I'm saying? Intergalactical peace. You know what I'm saying? Does all type of martial arts on the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Punching aliens, defending the guys. Like, Captain Kirk's energy is really like a Sagittarius. You know what I'm saying? Also, James Bond, like, if you know the character James Bond, I believe he's kind of Sagittarius. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if Ian Fleming, the guy that wrote it, I don't know if he was, I should have looked that up probably, but I didn't. But the character James Bond shook and not stirred. And he got a certain drink he drinks, he smokes cigarettes, and he's an international spy trying to cause peace, and he's good when all you know, he's sleeping with all these women, and all these women, and all these women, and they're beautiful, and you know what I'm saying? And the whole myth of James Bond is really like a Sagittarius. If you've ever seen the movie Hancock, I suggest that every Sagittarius go see the movie Hancock. This guy was drinking and he had all type of powers and he was just reckless as hell, but he put himself in jail and did a meditation. Kind of like how this film probably is. It's to give you a lot more focus to become the true self of what you really is. And comedians call this Haru. They have a lot of DVDs called Hancock Exposed. If you can find it, you might want to check that out because it's the way they break that down is something that every Sagittarius might want to see. Daniel Hortzclaw, this is crazy. This is, okay, it was a white cop who was, I think he was white and Asian, and he was having sex with, he was raping a lot of black women. You know what I'm saying? I think it's in Cali somewhere. His name is Daniel Hortzclaw. You go look him up. You know what I'm saying? He got sentenced, I think, to like 263 years in prison or some crazy shit like that. Like, go look up the Daniel Hortzclaw sentencing. That will have you crack. Go check that out and then come back. You see what I'm saying? It was pretty. DJ Khaled is a Sagittarius. Really has no talent. He just got booed off stage recently. You see what I'm saying? If you go look that up, the show is hilarious. He could not get the crowd. He was playing every record in the world. Could not get the crowd cracking at all. What the hell is that? Cali? I don't even know. I can't read my handwriting. Pablo Escobar, Sagittarius, responsible for fucking hundreds of thousands, I think maybe millions of deaths. He married a 15-year-old girl when he was 27, and he also cheated on her. Ruthless. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pablo Escobar. Made over $2 or $3 billion worth of money in cocaine, the biggest cocaine distributor ever. He got shot, killed. Shot himself in the ear. A lot of people believe it wasn't confirmed. Built his own jail. I mean, they have a TV show on right now on Netflix called Narcos. It's fucking crazy. I love it. He's a myth and within himself, and that like a lot of Sagittarius is like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even executing people on the spot. He was just ruthless. Like, you see how different Sagittarius is placed on different parts of the earth, what type of story that they play out. It's just amazing that, you know, the choices that they choose, what type of. Okay, yeah, Pablo is a beast. Haley Steinfeld, she got a video out called "Love Myself," which is basically like an ode to masturbation. Uh, they love being in front of large crowds. I think I said that before. They are great actors, great actors. Uh, Ted Cruz, like I said before, he is. You can check out. He actually got into it with Alyssa Milano on Twitter, and then like Alyssa Milano had tweeted some shit that said like group hug for everybody, and Ted Cruz was like, shit, yeah, let me get in. And she was like, everybody but you, Ted, you're not invited. You know what I'm saying? Some Sagittarius beef. I'm sure he was probably obsessed with her since a little kid, and to have it happen to him was just fucked up. But she didn't give a fuck. um, Ted Cruz also said they you find an interview with him on YouTube. It was wild. They said he was like 18 years old. They said, so Ted, what do you want to do? And he said, I want world domination. I want to be rich and powerful, that sort of stuff. Um, he's on tape saying that when he's like 18 years old. Mind, he's a fucking Republican politician right now. Also, you should check out the Ted Cruz outtakes. I don't know if I said that before, but that shit is fucking hilarious because here's a man trying to paint a commercial, but it was all the outtakes, like, and it looked fake as hell. Like, you really, Sagittarius, you really want to study some shit, go look at the Ted Cruz outtakes, and you gonna see, you gotta watch shit, because motherfuckers, go watch that, and you gonna see what I'm saying. You cannot be an image. It's got to be real. It's got to be authentic. And like that's how a lot of times y'all come off. Like if you a Virgo woman or you with a Sagittarius or if you a Virgo, like go pause this shit. Go look at the Ted Cruz outtakes, and then come right back because you gonna see what I'm trying to tell you is that like they need to see that. Like you see what I'm saying, because they don't know that their mind is working like that, and it's gonna really hit their ass like damn. Like it's gonna hit them in a way. It's gonna hit you in a way. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta say shit. They don't change in that, like they don't change in a relationship. They don't change in life. They don't change in life. Like so from a kid all the way to an adult, it's literally the same. Jim, James, Paul, whatever his name. Like so, I'm saying he's literally the same dude from when he was a child to when he died. You see what I'm saying? It don't change. You see what I'm saying? That's why you gotta learn how to kick it with Sagittarius. You can't. What's the dude's name? The guy was with the guy with Sinatra, basically. I forget his name. The first guy who put Sinatra on, he said, "Man, he's a great performer," something like that. But he said, "But don't put your hand in the cage." I forget how he said it, but just look up. You can go Google Sinatra. Don't put your hand in the cage, and you go look up the quote. And basically, like what that guy said. You see what I'm saying? That's exactly how you dealing with Sagittarius. You gotta learn how to kick it with them. You can't put your hand in the cage. They are opportunistic. They can come off as jackasses. They are very opportunistic and they're like mutable, like I was saying before. They can come off, like I said, as jackasses and it's like, man, just sit your ass down, shut the fuck up. Ted Cruz also said America's at its best when lying down on her back on the mat. Oh yeah, he stole a Jay Leno joke. Jay Leno joke had to say, he said, Obama called me and he said, Jay, if you want your job, you can keep it. And Ted Cruz stole that shit and he's on tape saying that shit like 5 different times. Stalin was a fucking Sagittarius, responsible for over 3 million deaths. Sagittarius do love avoiding commitment. So let that warn you as a sign. You know what I'm saying? Don't use that to trap them. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, if you're a woman dating a Sagittarius, don't use the fact that they are afraid of commitment. Don't use the fact that they're afraid of commitment as a way to trick them into committing to you. You see what I'm saying? You have to understand that, like, Sagittarius, like, most of the time they want to just kick it. They just want to be there. They want to be your manager and kind of help you. But, like, you know what I'm saying? They don't have it together themselves. And, like, you need to, you know what I'm saying, help them and they help you and it's, you know what I'm saying, it'll be mutual. A lot of times they don't know how to receive help because they be so, you know what I'm saying, aggressive, and hopefully this video will be able to help them with that. Frank Sinatra, like I said, he was a Sagittarius. The first thing he said when he married Mia, what's her name, Mia Farrow, Farrell. First thing he said when he introduced her on stage, he was on stage and he introduced her. He said, "I finally found a broad I can cheat on." You can look this up. Go Google Frank Sinatra. "I finally found a broad I can cheat on." This is how he introduced his wife, Mia Farrow, who's an Aquarius woman who, like Mia's Aquarius, she played her motherfucking role. That's what's so even crazy. She was a good woman. She didn't even, she held her head down in shame, but she stayed with him. You know what I'm saying? That's some Aquarius shit, and them motherfuckers be loyal as hell. Like, there's a movie called The Mia Farrow Story, which really has nothing to do with this video at all. But, like, it kind of do, because she was with Woody Allen, who was the Sagittarius. And this motherfucker ended up fucking her daughter. You see what I'm saying? Mind you, Woody Allen has a reputation for fucking every actress, you know what I'm saying, he ended up putting in a movie. Like, that's what he do. Like, he fuck a bitch and then make a movie about the situations that they was going through. Like, you see what I'm saying? And a lot of the right, like I said, some muse. You see what I'm saying? But he didn't know how to define the situation, and like he would fall in love with the women, but he still want to fuck other women. Like, you see what I'm saying? So like, because he was a smooth talker, but he didn't know how to like if they asked him, he would tell them. You see what I'm saying? But he didn't know how to I don't know, man. He was falling in, like, he was a player, but he was sincere and falling in love with and having babies with women and shit too. And it was like somewhere in his chart he probably had a lot of water in there. Like, he was just falling into the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He didn't. A lot of Sagittarius they do this though. Like, they don't know how to, like, unless they meet a woman that they're really in love with. You see what I'm saying? They don't know how to, like, just keep it the game. Like, they fall somewhere along the line. They're gonna fall into tricking themselves into they really like this chick. Who is this? Nancy. Oh yeah, Frank Sinatra cheated on all his wives. I'm sorry. Mia Farrow was 5 years younger than Frank Sinatra. The way he explained that was the heart wants what it wants. But a lot of Sagittarius do enjoy liking date men. They like dating younger women. I've noticed that some of them might even turn into pedophiles as they get older. Yeah. Or they just like, they also like, if not all of them, you know what I'm saying? Because that is offensive. I'm not just gonna throw that out there on Sagittarius men like that, because that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? For real, I ain't gonna, that's bogus. But like, if they gonna fuck with a bitch, it needs to be like woman, like ass, titties, beautiful face, like, you know what I'm saying? It's gotta be like a girl, not a girl, but like woman, girl type. Hey, what's the word for that? Like lady, I guess. But yeah, right, lady, I guess. Right, it's gotta be like a lady. But they will fuck a whore too, like, but they'll fuck anything. You see what I'm saying? But typically in their mind, or like when they go watch porn, or they go look at like certain figures, they just think of a figure or fantasy in their subconscious of a woman. It's like a lady, for lack of a better word. You see what I'm saying? She has to have highly feminine, like super feminine features somewhere. If it ain't her tits, her ass, her face, her personality, if they get the total package, that's what they really want. You see what I'm saying? But the youth is really what that comes in. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times they'll go look for a young bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't really like to fuck with an older chick. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, if you are with a Sagittarius and you growing older as a woman, it's important that you keep your youth together. Like, you know what I'm saying? You not just your body, but also your spirit. Like, you gotta have a youthful spirit being with. Like, you look at Beyonce too, like, she got a youthful spirit, at least in her entertainment. You don't know what she like in real life, you know, so ain't nobody around, but like, you have to keep a youthful spirit. You know what I'm saying? You can't be afraid if you're a Sagittarius woman. If you're with a Sagittarius and you're a woman, you know what I'm saying, you gotta have the music, you know his favorite song, know the type of music, know the new music that's out that sounds like the music he likes, know what type of sexy shit. Like, don't be afraid to go get some slutty clothes or some fishnet stockings and put that shit on and fucking perfume yourself up and be sexy and keep the youthfulness going. And like, don't do it to manipulate, do it because you really fucking are trying to keep the youthful spirit going. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times women hear this shit and they go do it just to do it. Like no, you gotta be real. Like, you know what I'm saying? You still gotta let him coach you and or, you know what I'm saying, let them think that, you know what I'm saying, that this is just one moment and it's fun, but like, then you gotta learn how to switch it up at the same time and like keep that shit going. Like a lot of Sagittarius get bored quick as fuck and they'll just go fuck a young bitch. You know what I'm saying? Mia divorced. Mia Farrow divorced Woody Allen when she found pictures. This is a little bit after, but she found pictures of him having sex. Well, no, she found pictures of him taking pictures. Pictures of him taking pictures. You could tell the weed and the liquor came in. She found pictures of him, of him with her daughter. You know what I'm saying? I think she was 19, or she might have been 21 at the time, and she was naked. You know, he took some Polaroid pictures and left it up on his mantelpiece, and she came home and found the shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's her daughter. You know what I'm saying? And they stayed together, and he left with her. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, like, he was with this woman for like years. You know what I'm saying? But that's how that shit ended. Brad Pitt cheated on Jennifer Aniston with Angelina Jolie when they did a movie. He also cheated on Angelina. They was believe he cheated on Angelina Jolie with Marlon something when they was doing the movie. You know what I'm saying? Angelina Jolie lost her breasts. You know what I'm saying? So to somebody like Brad Pitt, that's like taking his breasts type shit, like, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna fuck his head up. So that's definitely gonna cause a rift in the aspect, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna make him want to go get with another woman and have sex with her, like, you know what I'm saying? This probably gotta be real hurtful for Angelina Jolie. He said it's not. Yeah, I already said that. It's a movie called By the Sea that Angelina Jolie made. It's the last movie that they had made together, where it's basically Brad Pitt was a drunk, and it's kind of based on real life, because I guess it was showing what the fuck they was going through. You know what I'm saying? That like he was a drunk and she was trying to help him, and you know what I'm saying. And eventually this way, and he did eventually. Like he says he's clean, he's not drinking right now. I think that's bullshit, but you know he might be, but he might not be, but. You know what I'm saying? If I know the real him, that motherfucker's still drinking. You know what I'm saying? Because he needs to keep that movie star shit going. Stone Cold Steve Austin, who also stole the Stunner, the Stone Cold Stunner, the #1 move of all time in wrestling. That shit was stolen. You know what I'm saying? It's really called the Whippersnapper, by a wrestler named Whipwreck, who was in ECW. You know what I'm saying? Stone Cold took that shit from him and called it the Stone Cold Stunner. It's not really Stone Cold. You know what I'm saying? So there's another Sagittarius taking somebody's style. Like Jay-Z is known as, they got a whole fucking video on Jay-Z. It's called Jay-Z Swagger Jack or some shit like that. Jay-Z's been biting for years. It's, you know, it's been worded differently online for years, but they got a audio of every time Jay-Z stole somebody else's line, and you see what I'm saying? He stole millions of lines. A lot of rappers are doing this now too. Like Drake do this, you know, Snoop do this. A lot of motherfuckers do this shit now. You see what I'm saying? But Jay-Z is like just notoriously known for stealing notorious big verses. You see what I'm saying? And people don't even trip on it. It's understood now. You see what I'm saying? But back in the day, that shit was fucking blasphemy. Like, you see what I'm saying? But you know, it is what it is. Nowadays, Jay-Z still everybody lines, but Stone Cold Steve Austin, that shit eventually became, just like Jay-Z's the #1 rapper, Stone Cold was the #1 wrestler. It's the #1 move of all time, which was stolen from somebody else. Just like Notorious Big whole style was stolen from Jay-Z. But like, to them, I don't think they look at it as stealing. I think they look at it as just, you know, like art, and that like they use in their style. I believe Isaac Newton went through the same shit. I'm not sure if Isaac Newton is a Sagittarius, but like he went through the same shit, and there's a calculus debate, and like who really invented calculus, and he was beefing with this other scientist and over who really invented calculus, and for a minute it looked like Isaac Newton had did it, and then turns out he didn't, that the other guy had his own way of doing it, and like they weren't biting off each other. They actually had two different styles, but they were sharing letters, and they, you know, they were just sharing constants with each other, and he came up with one style of calculus, and Newton came up with another style of calculus, and it was realized later on, you know what I'm saying? But for a while, It looked like they was biting off each other and shit. You know what I'm saying? Stone Cold used to beat the shit out of Deborah. She called a cop on him 3 times. They say they ended up breaking up. You see what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, he used to abuse her apparently. You see what I'm saying? Drank a lot, obviously, taking steroids and shit. That shit, she said she used to get paranoid. She has to take a gag order. So she couldn't even speak on this shit while he was champion because it would have fucked up his whole image and everything he was going through. But like, you know, apparently he had beat her a couple of times while he was on his fucking campaign, and she couldn't say shit, basically. That's Deborah from WWE. Carcino, who is, oh my God, this dude. Carcino is a guy that, he has a page called, like, The Truth Behind. Like, if you go to YouTube and type in The Truth Behind, like, any type of video, you know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, you're going to see a video page called Carcino for Life. And Carcino is he tries to portray himself like a myth in that, like, he knows all his stories about hip hop, but like don't nobody know how he do it. But like he kind of tell, you know, certain ways of how he, you know, because he used to, you know, be with Floyd Mayweather. Like there's a lot of pictures of him with a lot of different celebrities, and people are like, man, how the fuck do you know this shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's a great storyteller. You know what I'm saying? And like, he make you say, man, how the fuck do you know this shit? You know what I'm saying? He's a brilliant storyteller, but you kind of just want to say, man, fuck you, Carcino. Like, and then, like, that's why I'm glad that I finally had to sit there and say, just fuck you, Carcino, because, like, I don't know, it's just something about him that just make you, it's like Ted Cruz, man. It's just something to make you just want to say, man, fuck you, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? And this is the way they tell a story. It's, like, exaggerated, it's mythological, but that's what Sagittarius is. But, like no disrespect to Carcino at all, because, like, he knows shit talking. He know I'm just, like, I have deep respect for that motherfucker, but for real, like, he know that shit. He know it's something just about his the way he do it and make you just want to say, man, fuck you. It's like saying shit like Jay-Z. It's like some people just may say, man, fuck Jay-Z. Like, I hate Jay-Z. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, like, you really love, you know, you really love what they do, but, like, it's half man, half beast. And, like, this is the nature of Sagittarius, and that, like, the things that they do, so it's like Stone Cold. Like, some people love Stone Cold. Everybody really loves Stone Cold, but you have people that hated Stone Cold. Like, it's just their brashness about themselves, their bravado, the way that they just give it to you, like, they give you their energy, the way that their energy is given to you. It's like it's me. It's a myth. It's fire. It's life. It's like having a shot of a drink. But it's like, how many different types of liquor are there? There are fucking millions of different types of liquor. So like, you can, every different type of liquor is a different type of moment in time. You see what I'm saying? That it's the way you're gonna experience the drink. It's the way that you experience. It's like weed. Like, there's fucking thousands of different types of weed, and like this is like Sagittarius in there. But it's all gonna have a effect on your mind, your body, your consciousness at any given moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say, man, Sagittarius are the liquor. They are the weed. They are the drug. It's like, it's an infusion of raw consciousness in a form of fire of life. Like, you know what I'm saying? The way you experience life. You gotta know this dealing with the Sagittarius. Because if you don't know this, they will fuck your life up. Because, like, they are lost in that same energy as well. This even the way it sounded to me, saying the dynamic. Like, I had to study it. Like, I really became a Sagittarius studying. You know what I'm saying? To try to figure out the words to explain a force like that. And even still, that, like, I only got 26 letters and 9 numbers to explain, like, the energy and the soul of life. This is impossible to describe, but they are literally an embodiment of a consciousness. Like, they say God is asleep somewhere, and everything we experience is a dream, and that life is a dream. You see what I'm saying? But Sagittarius really embody that thought in the way that it falls back into the consciousness of the mind of the thought. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get too deep on y'all. You know, you might end up falling asleep in the middle of the video. But yeah, Carcino motherfucking ass is Sagittarius. You know what I'm saying? Larry Bird from the NWA is Sagittarius. You see what I'm saying? He was known for shit talking. You see what I'm saying? This is what Larry Bird was notoriously known for, is throwing you off your game by talking shit. Some of this, you can go look up some of the shit that Larry Bird said. Blow your mind. DMX, obviously, Sagittarius. I got about 50 seconds to explain DMX, but, like, you know what I'm saying, the tragedy of DMX is that he's a genius. He was a brilliant movie star. He was everything I've been describing up into this video, and that, like, the drugs threw him off his game. I don't know if he would drink liquor either, but, like, you can kind of see the way that the drugs and the liquor really played an impact in his life, and in the warning sign to all Sagittarius, and that, like, the extreme is like, where you trying to take this story, the extremity, the impact, the fucking intensity of DMX, the passion of DMX, and how I just got lost in a certain, just like the girl who played Sandy, And you know, the girl got the DUI. You see what I'm saying? The girl was in Crybaby. Same shit. You kind of see how that energy can just fuck you up if you don't know how to control your shit. And this happens in a lot. And we gonna keep going as soon as I pause this video because I'm running out of time. Be right back. When you think about when Pablo was a kid, this nigga was bootlegging cigarettes, dusting off tombstones and reselling them. I mean, not you know, sanding off tombstones and reselling them. Stole cars, had fake diplomas. He was selling fake diplomas. Some Sagittarius is taking notes right now. Yeah, he built his own jail. We already talked about that. But yeah, Pablo was, like I was saying, how a lot of them don't change. They be the same way from they was a kid all the way to they're an adult. And that, like, that was a bad seed that just grew into a fucking monument of path of destruction. And, I mean, he was Robin Hood, too, because he also gave to a lot of people, too, which was amazing. But then you look, it's just, you know, half man, half beast. You see it. Like, he was, to some people, he was a god. He saved people's lives, you know what I'm saying? But other people, you know, he was a monster. So, like, it's like, you know, you take it how you take it, but it's half man, half beast. They can be very clumsy, falling over and shit like that. That's how Beethoven actually became deaf. He fell over, and when he got up, he was deaf. You see what I'm saying? But I don't know, since people say he already had it in him, I guess it was him falling over was what triggered it or whatever. I don't know, but Beethoven was the greatest, considered one of the greatest musicians of all time. Is widely considered is the greatest musician of all time by certain people, by certain standards. You know what I'm saying? But in my his whole style was, they said it was stolen from I think it was Mozart. You know what I'm saying? But this motherfucker, if he had never fell over, he would have saved years off his life, because a lot of the shit he was dealing with was stress. You imagine being the greatest musician of all time and can't hear shit. That's like Foxy Brown. She can't hear shit, but she ain't Sagittarius. But you know what I'm saying? That's like fuck. Like, that's gonna cause stress. That's what this cause drinking shit like that. It's it's Sagittarius nature, and it's just that's gonna spiral into a part of their life, and it's like that's why you gotta be careful, because a lot of times they clumsy, fall over, hit shit, break shit, cut shit, and fuck your eye up. But I know, what I'm saying. Matter of fact, my stepfather, he had a hanger fly in his eye, fucking around doing shit, and he never saw the same shit happen to him as a kid. So it grew a certain when he had glasses on and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying. He never really. There's some shit that could have been avoided. You see what I'm saying? They're like, it was just clumsy. There's a lot of times I've seen him do clumsy shit. I've seen him fall holding my son. You see what I'm saying? Just clumsy shit. You see what I'm saying? You can't really trust a motherfucker in a way that, like, damn, like, you might, you know what I'm saying, do some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? They got rage. A lot of times they do date out of their class. Even if they're low, they're going to date high. If they're high, they're going to date low. They somehow end up trying to be a father figure. Like I said, my stepfather was a fucking Sagittarius. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes like Kanye got the song called Bigger Brother. You know what I'm saying? And then like they might find themselves in a bigger brother role, or like in a fatherly. Like Jay-Z had nephews that he was taking care of and shit like that. And a lot of times they might end up adopting or like end up taking care of their nephews and nieces or some shit like that. They can be attention whores. They think they are above the ordinary world. They kind of are brands of humans. Like when you think of Sagittarius, like they're not necessarily, they're a human being, but they're kind of packaged and they're presented a certain way. Then they're like a brand more so than a person that you meet on a daily, like a common folk person that you meet on a day-to-day basis. That's why they come at you a certain way when they talk to you. If you know what Bobby Soxers are, Bobby Soxers, these are the people that used to attach themselves a cheer for Frank Sinatra back in the 50s. The girls used to wear the little skirts and the little groupies. They used to scream outside of Frank Sinatra. When you think of Frank Sinatra getting up on stage, all them girls that were screaming at him, they were called Bobby Soxers. And this is what a lot of Sagittarius attract, in that groupies and shit like that, and that's what they're good for. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times women end up getting caught up in trying to trap them in their emotions, or they might fall into the emotion, or it just kind of play out in the aloofness of things where like shit don't get clear. And like that's what Sagittarius, a lot of times they gotta be clear and not be. That's not an excuse to be ruthless either, because like they hit that certain way and get ruthless. But it's like they gotta learn how to like be honest with the situation, and you know what I'm saying, and like these type of moments happen when you'd be like, okay, this is somebody you just fucking, but you going through it with them, and you be like, man, what the fuck is going on? And it's like, man, your best bet is just to like be real with the situation, but like life come along and throw them. They're trying to outdo shit and run around and gamble and fucking gamble with life. You know what I'm saying? They need somewhere to crash and shit like that, and it's like they end up staying there, living there because they get lazy and you know what I'm saying and shit like that. It's like they don't know how to like. This is having Jimi Hendrix was a fucking prime example of that shit. You know, so I'm gonna get to that later though. They find themselves in a lot of casinos a lot of times, like Las Vegas or Las Vegas. If they find themselves in Vegas, a lot of times they might find themselves doing great and just as bad. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna take every risk that they possibly can. A lot of times our college dropouts or high school dropouts. Um, Frank Sinatra was expelled from school. Frank Sinatra had a fucking great story, by the way. When you research him. They appreciate this. You should appreciate the superficialness of them. They are very superficial when you first meet them. You should try to leave it right there at that moment. Kind of like a Gemini as well. Don't press a relationship. Just use them as a friend. Not, but like you can't. It's not saying don't get close to them because you can't get close to them. But at the same time, don't put no pressure on them. Don't put them in a situation where like you actually are trying to pair off with them because you're really just putting stress on yourself. It's better just to kind of be in that. In that friend zone with them, but if you want to be sexual with them, then be sexual with them. But don't fuck around. Like if you gonna fuck them, then fuck them. But like don't play games. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like if this is somebody you like, you're attracted to them, they're sexy as fuck. You fuck them, then fuck them. Have fun with them, smoke with them, chill with them, drink with them. But like then go your way and let them go their way. If you want to stay over, stay over. But like don't turn this into a relationship. Like that's the best type of shit you could really do with a Sagittarius. You know what I'm saying? Unless y'all announce, okay, we're gonna go into a relationship. But even then, you still gotta watch the bullshit. Because they gonna go around fuck with somebody else if you're not fucking them right. Or they might even do it just because they want to fuck somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know that. Like, so say Mia Farrow, when she learned that Woody Allen was fucking, mind you, she Aquarius, when she learned that Woody Allen was fucking other women, like she ain't even trip. Like, so I'm saying she really started tripping when she found out it was her daughter.